What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and welcome to our very first wide receiver Q&A video. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be pulling 3 specific questions that you guys have left below in the comment section. We're going to make a video with different film examples and a breakdown on each specific question to hope it answers it for you guys, okay? So if you guys have any kind of questions that you'd like to be featured in a video, you'd like to get cleared up, don't hesitate to leave that in the comment section below, fellas. You guys are the guys that keep the channel going because we can't come up with ideas like this on our own. So we 100% appreciate it from you guys, and we'd love to have your question featured in a video. So if you have any questions about the wide receiver position, quarterback position, or football in general, don't hesitate to leave that in the comment section. All right, so first question here is from Ridge Football. We appreciate you asking. First question is, hey, Coach, can you cover proper blocking techniques against bigger and stronger DBs? Okay, so now, first clip that we're going to look at for this is from CeeDee Lamb, right? So now, when it's against, the size of the DB really doesn't matter because the technique is going to remain the same. The technique is all about keeping your feet active, having a nice, good, strong base, and being able to stay in a good pad level position, okay? So what a lot of wide receivers will do is when they address a DB, they're very much so out of control. They'll come up with a ton of speed. They're trying to take this guy's head off. Their base gets super narrow, and then that DB just gives a quick move, and he's already around you. You have to make sure that when we address a DB, we are in a good pad level position, and I am under control with my feet. You see how he's very under control right here. He's not over anxious. He's not trying to take his head off, especially when it's a stock block downfield, especially against a bigger guy. You gotta make sure that we have a good pad level and that we're under control. Because all that guy wants to do is give a quick explosive move and just be able to jolt right around you, go make a play in the run game, or he wants to just overpower you, shoot you off, and then go make a play. But if we're under control, we're balanced, we're in a good pad level position, those things can be avoided. Now, what do I do when I get hands on this guy? Because I think everybody can pretty much accomplish that. But what guys will do is they'll get hands and they're maybe peeking at the running back, maybe their feet start to stop, but they get lazy with it. You have to make sure that when you guys get hands on this guy, you keep your feet active. We keep my feet driving, and we see that from CeeDee Lamb right here. He gets hands on him, he's driving his feet, he's in a low pad level position. That's what you have to do. Now, he's a little bit bigger than this DB, but this is the best clip that I could find to help answer this question to the fullest, is you got to make sure that we get lower, right? The low man is going to win, especially against a bigger guy. So we have to get low, we have to have a good base, and we have to stay active with my feet and drive. So let's watch the thing again, full speed one more time. So that is a great question. You have to be a great blocker to be an asset in the run game and to be able to stay on the field. If you don't block, you're not going to get the rock. That's a pretty common phrase, and if you're going to play at the next level, you have to be able to do that. Okay, so next question here. Is there a way you can teach us how to run a post against man coverage with inside shade? So this is a common question that you get asked, and yes, 100%, there are a couple different things that you could do. But before we get into the answer to this question, fellas, I want to talk to you guys about a great opportunity we are offering this offseason. We are traveling out to 8 different cities across the United States for 2-day-long quarterback and wide receiver training camp. So we're very excited to go on this camp tour. We've already been to Tampa, Florida, and Phoenix, Arizona. So if you guys attended both of those, we really appreciate you coming out. We had a lot of people travel down, and now we're going to be coming out to Houston, Texas, Newark, New Jersey, Atlanta, Georgia, Columbus, Ohio, Chicago, Illinois, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, and Los Angeles, California. So if you guys are local to one of those 8 cities or would like to travel out, we've had people travel from all over the country to our camps. We would love to have you there. Again, very first link in the description below if you'd like some more information. It's a 2-day camp, as you can see, from March 5th and 6th, 12th and 13th, etc. So we have you for 4 hours each day, so it's a ton of work. It is 8 hours of training. We'll have DBs out there for the wide receivers to work on one-on-ones, half-line concepts, and you'll get 3 hours of individualized coaching per day. This is not a camp where we're getting 100, 200 kids out there. We are limiting spots to only 10 to 12 guys per position group, per age group. So spots are 100% limited, and we're not giving out spots to everybody. It's like if it's sold out, it's sold out because we want to keep it quality work and actually coach you guys. So if you're interested in that, fellas, check out that very first link in the description below. Let's get back to this video. So now, like I said, second question, inside shade man coverage, running a post, right? So again, if it's off man, different story, but we're going to be going over press man today. Okay. So now this is like inside shade, or maybe I'd call this like catch technique, but again, it's the same principle applies if it was press coverage, right? So he's inside shade for a reason. Number one, we have to understand that, right? He's inside shade and I have to run an inside breaking route. I know that I'm probably not going to get the inside release, right? Like a coach that tells you, hey, every single time that you guys have an inside route, you must get an inside release is incorrect. Now, there are certain plays where maybe it's a must inside release, like you have to cross this guy's face, and your job really is probably just to take that guy out of the play to set up a route from the outside or whatever it is. Or there are plays where you must outside release, and your job is probably to run the guy off. But when you are a read on the play and you could be getting the ball, we cannot force the release because this guy will not let you get the inside. He's going to do whatever it takes to force you outside. So that's what we have to understand. Now, off the line of scrimmage, we want to make sure that he holds his leverage. So I'm going to play this thing full speed to this textbook example. Attacks the leverage, takes the outside release, gives him a move at the top, and then breaks to the inside. Now, this might be a dig, but it's the same thing. If it were a dig, it'd be the same as if you were running a post. Same concept, right? So if he's inside shape, we want to attack his leverage. Why? Because if you attack his leverage, he's going to keep his leverage. A lot of people think that, oh, I'm just going to attack the DB's leverage and he's just going to back up. Not what he's going to do. You attack his leverage, he's going to keep his leverage. And when he keeps his leverage, guess what that does? That opens up the outside, but it allows you to stay on this straight line. Now, the other mistake that guys will make is they'll think, oh, well, the DB's inside shade, so I'm just going to take off and run to the outside. Don't want to do that either because that's exactly where he wants you to go. If you just take off to the outside, he's going to get right into your hip, force you all the way out. You screw up spacing and you screw up timing of the play. So we have to work him off the platform. And that's exactly what A.J. Brown does. Gives him that crossover, gets him off the platform, swats the hands, and now my mindset is to restack. And when I can restack, I should win this route. So when you have that post route versus inside shade, you want to threaten his leverage, then let's work to restack. So now I can give him a move at the top. I give him a little head fake. I give him a rocker step. I get him sitting to the outside. And guess what? I got space. Now, let's talk about this. What if he plays it well, right? So now, like, maybe he's like press coverage and you have to give him something quick. He wants to get physical. You just give him like a single jab to the inside and you burst up. But maybe this DB's faster than you. And when you get to the top of the break right here, he's hip to hip. Right? So you're running like you're right here. DB's right here. He's right on your hip. What do? You'd want to throw by. As a wide receiver, your plan always needs to be, I'm going to restack. If I get this coverage, I'm restacking. That's my goal. But if he plays it well, a lot of the times playing the wide receiver position is about reacting off of what that DB does. So if the DB plays it well and he's hip to hip with you, okay, I'm just going to throw him by and slip back underneath. I have a plan for it. You have to go into every single situation on that field with a plan. So let's play this thing full speed one more time. That is a great question. I really love that question because that's a common question that we get asked a ton. So let's watch it full speed. Great job attacking leverage, working back up over the top, and then giving that move to restack. Okay, so now, second question here from Davis Roop. I believe that's how you say the last name. I appreciate this question. On the second clip, can I use a kick step instead of a prep step because it feels more comfortable for me? Okay, so this is a video we made a couple days back where a receiver took a prep step with his front foot. And so we're going to be mainly focusing on this kick step right here and what is a kick step. Okay, so I very appreciate this question a ton. So a kick step is what Michael Gallup uses with his back foot right here. It's where you kick behind your front foot to give you some explosion so you could throw your hip into the outside move of this break. Now, what is a prep step that Davis mentioned in the question? And that is when you take your front foot and you give like a little bit of like, some people call it a false step. It's not a false step, but you pick your front foot up to give you that extra explosion and you push off of it to make a move. So this is an example of a kick step. So let's watch it full speed. So he kicks behind, you see how far he's able to throw wide outside that DB's frame. That's the goal of this, right? So that kick step, like there's something about it. I don't even necessarily know how to explain why you get more explosion like this. I think it's because you get to throw your hip into it more. That's how I interpret it. But when you close behind, there's something about having your feet in this position that allows you to step wider and be more explosive. So that's what that kick step is. Now, the kick step is like if I'm teaching a receiver and he's brand new, I won't teach him the kick step. Reason why is when your feet cross over like this and that DB, like let's say he jams you, you're very off balance. But if you got a guy who's maybe like off a yard, you know he's not going to get physical, you know he's not going to jam, and you want to use this kick step, that is 100% fine. But that kick right there is a great way to shoot you out wide and be able to threaten this DB outside of his frame. We all know that if we're trying to get a DB to move, we have to step outside of his frame. If I got a DB who's in press coverage like so, and he's like in like head up like this, and I'm trying to get him to move outside so I could take maybe an inside release or what have you, I have to threaten him to the outside. I have to threaten him to this far right lane, and that kick step is a great way to shoot your hip and throw out wide to threaten this guy outside. So let's watch the thing again full speed. So yes, kick step is 100% fine in any situation. Just be careful if you're a newer wide receiver who's maybe on the smaller side, who is more susceptible to getting jammed, because we need to to have balance off that line of scrimmage. So he kicks behind, throws out wide, and then makes that double move crossover. And again, ball was overthrown a little bit, but at the end of the day, that's that pure example of a kick step. All right, fellas, I really want to thank you for watching. If you guys like this style of video, we always appreciate the feedback. If you guys like this, we will continue to keep doing this. We will try to do this, hopefully every day, because you guys know how consistent we upload. So let me know in the comment section, fellas, if you guys have any questions that you would like to have featured. Don't hesitate to leave that below as well. And again, fellas, coming out to 8 different cities across the U.S., Houston, Newark, Atlanta, Columbus, Chicago, Dallas, Nashville, and Los Angeles. We would love to have you out to one of our off-season camps. Very first link in the description below. I'll see you guys next time.